welcome to Tickets to History. Today we're going to take a look at the 1966 game between the Giants and the Redskins, which is the highest scoring game in NFL history. So how did we get here? In 1962, the Giants were in the NFL championship game against the Packers, and they lost 16-7. So a very solid team in 62. There's my ticket stub below for that game. And then the following year, they were in the championship game again against the Chicago Bears, and there's my tickets for that game on the right-hand side. The top one is a ticket from the lower box, the middle one is from the bleachers, and then the bottom one is a pass-out check if you wanted to come in and out of the stadium. So the Giants were really looking good in the early 60s until 1964. 1964, Giants were 2-10-2. They traded Sam Huff. They traded Rosie Greer. Sam Huff was not impressive with the trade. After the 64 season, Y.A. Tittle had retired, Andy Robustelli had retired, Frank Gifford had retired. After 65, Rosie Brown had retired. So a lot of our guys were leaving the team, and 66 was not a good season. Probably the worst season in Giants history, if I'm honest. We were 1-12-1. The defense was arguably the top 10 worst defenses of all time in NFL history. So eat your heart out, Rams and Chiefs. This right here is the highest scoring game of NFL history. And we're going to take a look at every touchdown that is scored in this game. You just saw the first one there on a nice pass. It is now 6-0 Washington. They missed the extra point. A.D. Whitfield had a 5-yard pass from Sonny Jurgensen, who was the quarterback for the Redskins at this point. Now he's going to take another touchdown. Whitfield, 63 yards to the house. Look at this field. The 5-yard markers in between reminds me of LSU a little bit. And now we have a score of 13-0 Washington. And we're still in the first quarter. Now, Giants, get the ball back. Come on. Come on. There we go. Giants get the ball back. And bam! Ripped his head right off. Thank you. Here we go. I'll take that. And 62 yards later, Brig Owens takes it all the way to the house. And we have now a 20-0 Washington lead over the Giants. But the Giants figured, let's get on the scoreboard. Here we go. So the Giants hand off to Alan Jacobs. He takes it 6 yards up the middle. And look at the goalpost. Isn't that wild? Like how the goalpost was in the middle of the end zone. That actually changed in, I believe, 1974, somewhere around that time period, and they moved it to the back. But just crazy how they have two iron poles right in the middle of the end zone, right? Washington drives in another touchdown here. Whitfield again for his third touchdown of the game already. It's 27-7 Washington. And more of the same is coming up here. Now former Giant Joe Don Looney gets this handoff, number 35. And he turns the corner, turns up the speed, takes it to the house, and it's 34-7. So at this point, the Giants figure, let's change quarterbacks. Maybe that'll kind of do the magic trick here. So they change quarterbacks, and it works. Look at this. 34-14, a nice fake there, and it is now halftime. So 34-14, Washington at the half. Gary Wood on the rush there for the Giants. He replaced Kennedy at quarterback. But really just didn't matter who was at quarterback. The defense without Huff and without Greer and all these guys, Robustelli, couldn't stop a nosebleed. This was a horrible, horrible defense. So now Wood goes back to pass and he throws a bomb down the field. And it is complete to Joe Morrison for the touchdown, just missing the goalpost. Very nice work there, Joe. Hands it off to the ref. No touchdown dances, no celebrations. Just hand the ball to the ref and go back to the sideline. Get on with the game. Now, the next score is from Charlie Taylor, right here. Jurgensen throws it to him. A 32-yard pass. Right on the tip of the end zone there. 41-21. Beautiful throw. And our next score is going to be a Homer Jones pass from Gary Wood. He goes back to pass, throws another bomb. So Wood is actually playing halfway decent here. He's scoring a lot of points. Nice defense. Look at this. There's nobody in the screen. And he's running on the baseball field. Lovely. And into the end zone he goes. 41-28 Washington. So the Giants are creeping back in this game. They're only down by 13. If they could just stop them, maybe they would have a chance. But that's not going to happen. Redskins get the ball back. Here is the longest touchdown score of the game. Bang! Right to Charlie Taylor. 74 yards. Look at him go. No Giant in sight. Waltzes right into the end zone. 48-28 Washington. Now, a special teams touchdown. Yeah, you'll see everything in this game. A punt. Oh, no penalty there. All right. A punt. And Ricky Harris takes the punt. And he goes right through the Giants special teams. I don't even think he was touched on this, but look at this. Right through the lovely dirt there. And 52 yards later, he's in the end zone. 55-28. And ooh, right into the stands. There's his lucky souvenir for somebody. Wonder where that ball is today. Alright, so Washington now leads 55-28. The next play, here we go. Back to pass. The Wood playing so good at this point, scoring a lot of points. He's back to pass, he throws. Intercepted by the Redskins, Greg Owens. And he's going to take it back through the mud, through the dirt, and all the way through the Giant defenders and into the end zone for another Washington touchdown. Oh, just dodging the ball post. Right behind the back, 62-28. And the route is on. 62-28. Now, Giants get the ball. Aaron Thomas, 18-yard pass. Kennedy is now back in after that horrible interception, so the Giants really didn't know what they were doing on offense with the quarterback. 62-34 is now the score after that Giants touchdown. Giants get the ball back on the goal line. They hammer it in right up the middle. Dan Lewis, 1-yard rush. Gogolak kicks the extra point. It's 62-41. Giants scored 41 points, and they ended up losing this game by 30-plus points, which is crazy. All right, Redskins get the ball back. This is the last touchdown of the game here. Bobby Mitchell, 45 yards for number 49. Oh, almost got him. Right, runs right through the shortstop area into the end zone, and he's in for 6. 69-41. Now, a very controversial ending. Sam Huff had been traded, like I said, to the Redskins, and he was not happy about it. So with 3 seconds left, the Redskins decided to kick a field goal, and they were up by 28 points, and they kicked the field goal and made it to go up 72-41, breaking the NFL record for points scored in a game. A very controversial ending. Not much you can say when you allow 70 points, like they were running up the score, or anything like that. The Giants deserved it. They should have scored even more because the defense was just abysmal this year. It was one of the worst in NFL history. So 3 NFL records were set during this game. And just, we watched the NFL today and they say it's a passing league and there's a lot of points scored and such. In this game, believe it or not, there was not a lot of passing yards. A lot of the scores, as you saw, were interception returns, fumble returns, punt returns. Sonny Jurgensen only threw for 145 yards for Washington, and this team scored 72 points, which is incredible. All right. Tom Kennedy, 165 and a touchdown, 3 interceptions. Gary Wood, 146, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. So overall, just a crazy, crazy game. Hope you enjoyed another episode. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.